Hello everyone, and welcome back to Lotus Patholistics. My name is Leonardo, and today I want to talk to you about the next spiritual life lesson in my video series, Discerning the Truth. Now, for the past few weeks we've been talking about spiritual gifts, specifically inner spiritual gifts, which are about the inner thoughts and inner intentions, natural abilities that you develop over time, as well as internal circumstances that lead to spiritual nature. So, specifically the gift that I want to discuss is intelligence. Intelligence that leads to truth and also to things like knowledge. And intelligence itself is not really usually seen as a spiritual gift, but it actually is. In a way, intellect is deeply rooted in multiple realities and your spirituality. Intelligence is about your mental consciousness and is about the discernment between reality and fantasy, as well as the way you express yourself intellectually and socially and how you communicate. Now, intelligence itself, it is about the inner mental nature that we all have, our inner capacities. And it is about our sense of expression to other people and how we discern truth from lies, as well as what we're loyal to and how we devote. And the power of intellect itself is the ability to communicate to the spiritual and the physical world. And, spirituality and its deeper delving into intelligence leads to advanced gifts. Advanced gifts of intelligence include channeling knowledge, channeling spirits, as well as what leads to mediumship and spiritual channeling that is similar to my abilities because I'm a spiritual medium. And it's about the ability to acquire knowledge, to channel information from other dimensions, other timelines, even past lives. So first, before we talk about what it was before and what it is now, what is truth and intellect, let's talk about the curse of intellect. Intelligence itself is a gift that can lead to or connect with the other flip of the coin, which is ignorance. Ignorance is the curse of intelligence. Ignorance is when you totally ignore the truth, even if it's standing right in front of you. When you ignore all your spiritual intuition and your spiritual senses, and you end up living in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. Well, it's truly your disconnect from the world that leads to ignorance. So, in past lives, we had a very clear understanding of how to communicate with each other, and how that intellect actually led towards deep connections with others, and that truth was so clear in past lives. There was no need to have to discern between a lot of illusions that we've been dealing with, right? But, channeling was clear, everything was super clear in past lives, but in this life, today's world, our spiritual and physical reality is separated and there is a wall. That wall itself really does have a very strong influence on our life where we have to spend a lot of time discerning between the truth and a lie, what's real and what's false. And we tend to ignore the truth and ignore inner knowings, but intelligence is about embracing that inner spiritual gift to finally deeply connect with your spiritual higher self and other dimensions and spirituality itself. So today I want to talk to you about the 3 steps on how to discern the truth from the lies. Now, intelligence itself leads towards very advanced abilities, but intelligence itself is a deep spiritual awareness that we don't really acknowledge in our world, as I had mentioned. And it's very key for you to learn how to discern the truth from the lies in order to be able to know what to channel into yourself, the energy, the spirituality. Not everything can be trusted, so it's time for you to understand that discerning the truth is super, super, super key to intelligence, because you have to be smart enough in order to know the truth from the lies. The first step is about listening to your senses, listening to everything. There's more than just listening with your ears and, listening to someone's voice. You have to really deeply acknowledge someone's, physical characteristics and their body language, as well as their actions, because actions truly do speak louder than words. You have to awaken your senses when you're communicating with spirits from beyond or a person right in front of you. You got to think about it. You have to really awaken your senses to know if someone is really telling you the truth. You have to be able to not only listen to what they say, but what they do. Very important. Number 2 is about empathizing with that information. When you communicate with someone, you are gathering information about them. And it might be subconscious, but it is conscious. You have to actually gather the information and then start to quantify it in your mind. But then that second step is about empathizing with it. You need to actually start to feel that information. Start to feel what they're saying. Is it feeling true? Is there a gut feeling, an intuition that feels true? For me, I empathize with all information to do my modalities and to complete my work. And empathizing is very key. It's about taking information and then picking the pieces out so that you can actually see what's true and what's false. So very, very much important. Your next step in that sense is then empathizing with the information. So that's number 2. And then the third step is about discovering the truth. Discovering the truth by actually using your intuition to really pinpoint what that truth is. Now, discovering the truth, finding the truth is about mixing step 1 and 2, listening to all your senses and empathizing with that information you get from that. You mix those two things, you merge them into an inner knowing. That inner knowing helps you understand the difference between the truth and the lies. In the spiritual community and in spirituality itself, you cannot always trust everything that you're told. You have to be able to discern what's true and what's false. It is what shows true intelligence. And intelligence can lead towards the channeling of the universe itself within you. And you cannot do that without actually knowing what's true and what's false. You can't accept all energy, because the world is not fully light, it's part dark. That's why there's a gift and a curse to everything. So use these steps to then work on actually discovering what the truth really is. And in spirituality, that is very important. You might not think so, but it's very important for you to know what the truth is and what the lie is, because there will be lies. Never neglect that truth, never ignore it. Don't fall into the curse and ignore your true intellect. So on Friday, 8 p.m. on Facebook, we're going to discuss this. Me and Luna Dawn, we're going to discuss more of how do you discern the truth from the lies, and more about the spiritual gift of intellect and what that means. So feel free to stop by so we can have a nice discussion about it and let you know anything else and answer your questions if you have them. So don't forget to like and subscribe. It was great speaking with all of you. Thank you for stopping by. And I look forward to talking to you guys very soon.